All right. So today we are talking about static variables and methods. So we're diving deeper into what it means for something to be static. So if we remember from our learning about static last semester, anything within a class that is marked as static is able to be called or accessed without the need for an object of that class type. They are referenced by the name of the class itself. So if we remember back to our math class, all of the methods and variables within the math class are static. There actually aren't instance variables within the math class because we can't make an instance of the math class. So all of the methods and just variables within this class are static. So if I ever want to access a method from the math class, I just say math dot and then the name of the method. Or if I want to access a variable from inside the math class, let's say it's the constant pi, I would say math dot pi. Boom.
Mr. Mac,
Yes.
do we have to import math at the beginning of the thing, or?
So in Java, math is one of the libraries that's going to automatically be included in your code. So you do not need to import math in order to get this to work.
Okay.
Good question. All right. So if we look at the difference between static and instance things, because static methods are belonging to the class as a whole rather than an object of that class, they cannot access instance variables or non-static methods from that same class. So if I were to change my getWidth method to be a static method, I would not be able to return the width instance variable from a rectangle because width is not going to be a static value. It's going to be, it's going to belong to a specific object. So I cannot access something from a specific object from the class as a whole. So we can't have our accessors be static unless we're working with a static variable. Similarly, if my getWidth is now properly non-static, and I try to call getWidth and getHeight from within a method called getArea that I have made static, you'll once again get that error saying, hey, you can't access a non-static method from inside of this static context. So you can't try to access anything that is going to be part of an instance or going to reference the fact that it's part of an instance. So yeah. Now, while static methods can't use non-static methods or variables, they are allowed to use other static methods from that same class, or yeah, I guess not or, just within that same class. So if I add a public static double square num with a parameter of a double getting the variable x, let's say I'm adding this to the math class, for example. I'm allowed to call math.pow x and 2, bringing x to the second power, and I will return whatever that returns. So since pow is a static method, I can call it from this static method as well. Anything that is static can be accessed from anything else that is static, as long as it's not going to be referencing any instance variables, you are good. So that's information about static methods. We knew most of that already. Now let's talk about static variables. So static variables are going to belong to the class as a whole, and all objects of that class type are going to share one static variable. Someone's asking, can we use math.pi and things like that in a non-static class? Yes, we are totally able to use those static methods from non-static methods. So the inability to interact does not go both ways. Static methods cannot use non-static methods, but non-static methods can use static methods. So I can call any of my math methods from any any method that I want within a class that I write? Great question. All right, so static variables. Let's say I want to track the total number of superhero objects I have created in my program. We're going to make an int num superheroes inside of our superhero class so that within that class we can keep track how many have been instantiated. So every time we make a superhero, we want to increase this variable by 1. So we can try doing this using an instance variable. So let's say I have private string name, private superpower. I have all these things. We talked about this. And if I add a private int num superheroes, initialize it as 0 here, and then in my constructor, I increase it by 1, then I can have a method get num superheroes that is just going to return that value. Let's see how this might work. So make my power of flight, make my super duper, and I print super duper dot get num superheroes, and I would see the number 1. And if I make super flooper and I call super flooper dot get num superheroes, that's also going to be 1. And the reason for this is because each of those has their own individual num superheroes. They're not going to be shared because it's not a static variable. It is an instant variable. So every instance has their own unique version of it. So what we want to do is we want to make that variable be static so that it is actually going to be shared across every single object of the superhero type. So if I just add my static keyword, private static int num superheroes, start it at 0, public static int get num superheroes, return num superheroes, because my method needs to be static and able to interact with that static value, or to return that. So, and that also means that I can call just my superhero class dot get num superheroes rather than having to use an instance. So we have turned both of those things static. We can leave our num superheroes plus plus just as it is. That will still continue to work. And to prevent some confusion, we might want to write superhero dot num superheroes just to make sure that there's no potential confusion between variable names. So we're going to write our superhero or class name dot the variable when we're accessing static variables, even within the same class, just for clarity's sake. And now that that variable is static, it's going to be updated across every single superhero object whenever one is initialized. So I can make my 2 superheroes, just like last time, and I can call superhero dot get num superheroes and superhero dot get num superheroes after I've created each one. And I'm going to see 1 the first time and 2 the second time. We actually can access that method from either an instance of the class. We are able to access those static methods from an instance or from the name of the class itself. So either scenario works. So I have a live version, a live demo to show. So I've got that same exact code. I've got some extra printing out happening, but in my superhero.java, we've got our private int num superheroes. So if it's not a static variable, and if our method to retrieve it is not a static variable, when I run that, we see that we only have 1 active superhero, even after we've made both those superheroes. Now, if I swap this line for this line, and I swap this line for this line, I have now made my number of superheroes a static variable, and I've made my get num superheroes also be static. So without having to make any changes out here, I can just run my code again, and I see there's 1 superhero active, and then there are 2 heroes active, because that variable is now shared across all superhero objects, and I can then just access it from each one, and each one is going to change it. So I can also, let's say, system.out.println, and then superhero dot get num superheroes. So I can call it either from my instance variables, super duper and super flooper, or just from my superhero class here. So if I call it before I create any superheroes, we're going to get there's 0 superheroes. Then I initialize a superhero, I initialize the second superhero, and we see there are 1 and 2 heroes active. All right, the lesson's a bit short, but any questions on any of those ideas? How that all works? Makes sense?
So Mr. Mack.
Yes.
So so what is the static condition do to an object again?
So you wouldn't make an object static, or you wouldn't make a class static. You would make either a method or a variable be static. And when a method or variable is static, it means it belongs to the class as a whole rather than any specific instance of that same class. So since this num superheroes is a static variable, every single object of the superhero class is going to share that same variable rather than each one having their own. So
okay, thank you.
So when I add 1 to my superheroes here, or my number of superheroes, it's going to affect that number across all superheroes. So I'm going to actually have a count every time I initialize a new superhero.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right, any other questions? All make sense? Cool, all right.